I said one little old truth. Like the articulations and Mythic Legions is not great, subpar, mid at best in 2024.
Well, then everyone loses their mind.
This is just a rant video about how the Mythic Legions photographer really doesn't like me on my platform, obviously. So if you don't want to see the rant, you just want to see positive, happy reviews, go check out 95% of my other content. Yo, it didn't even take 24 hours for some of the Mythic Legion diehard fans to start crying in their Facebook group echo chambers. This was not said in the Mythic Legions Facebook cabal group. This was said in another Mythic Legions group on Facebook. Trevor Williams, articulated ninja, that's all I need to know. Clickbait bullshit to stir up controversy, to rile up his psycho-fanatic base. He's built his channel around Hasbro hate, but likely owns a ton of Hasbro products like other clickbait hater channels.
Oh, really? Is that what you think?
Oh, and for those who don't know, I assume most do, but for those who don't, our buddy Trevor here, he's the official product photographer for Mythic Legions. He takes great photos of these figures. Outside of that, I don't know the guy personally, and I've never talked shit about him or his platform or his work. I actually went up to him about 3 years ago at a convention and told him that he does great photography work. Trevor, you're a professional. I'd assume you gotta be educated in some type of way to land that job, right? But is hate for clicks and subs really my strategy? I average anywhere from 500 to 1,000 or more subscribers a month. Do you think I've built a platform of almost 25,000 subscribers and over 200 channel members with a hate strategy or clickbait strategy for subs?
Shut your
I'm sure you're smarter than that. I said it during the video. I'm a fan of the line. I buy it and I spend money on it. I'm just not a blind fan that refuses any suggestions, improvements, or innovations in any line. Like it seems like you, Trevor, are. I'm not asking for some crazy amount of articulation. I'm asking for the bare minimum average in America. Most American-based companies already have. See, in my video, I could have, but I didn't mention or bring up some of the most well-known, well-articulated Asian-based companies. I didn't compare them to SH Figure Arts, Mayfex, Reveltech, Figma, Haya, Storm Collectibles. Nope, because we all know articulation wise that's not even a contest or a fair comparison at all. Plus the price range is very different. I mainly compared them to American based companies, all of whom have updated their articulation by leaps and bounds within the last 10 years. Marvel Legends, G.I. Joe Classified, Valorverse Action Force, McFarlane DC Multiverse, Savage Crucible, NECA, Animal Warriors of the Kingdom, shit, even Mattel and their He-Man or Jurassic Park Amber collection line. All for the most part, on average, not always, but on average, use a basic standard of at least double hinge joints, boot swivel butterfly joints on average. I'm not asking for anything crazy here. I'm not asking for an SH Figure Arts or an amazing Yamaguchi figure. I'm asking for what clearly based on numbers and the majority is the clear norm in America in 2024. I only brought up third-party companies as well as American ones to show, hey, part swapping can still be done with modern articulation as well. The facts are those single hinge joints are from around 2008 and they can definitely do better in 2024 and still make the parts swappable if they want to. It's like you guys think just because something is good, it can't be better, which is sad. I said multiple times throughout my whole video, I like Legions. I just think they can and should improve over time. And I'm not saying that they haven't, but damn, it is at a snail's pace. Yeah, they have a successful company doing what they do, but I'd argue a lot of that success came from when they were the only dogs on a block and cornered the market on doing knights and mythical creatures. That is no longer the case in 2024. I don't want to see them get left behind because I actually like them. All I said was Mythic Legions could use better articulation, and here's why. And these guys like Trevor
loses their minds.
Yo, I spent almost the first 2 minutes of my video saying it's just my opinion, don't get butthurt, and what do?
Will you give me a straight answer to a straight question?
Do Mythic Legions slack in articulation compared to majority of other domestic lines?
Yes or yes?
That those are facts, not opinions. That's a fact. They are behind, and they easily are form over function or looks over articulation. I'm just asking for a balance of both equally. Not in poor quality, not SH Figure Arts, not Mayfix, not Figma, not Haya, not Reveltech, not Storm Collectibles. No, none of that. Just some more modern, updated articulation like almost every other company in America does. If they want to do better, which clearly the Valiant Knight shows that they are caring more about articulation, let's start by not being out articulated by figures from 2011. I only spoke about articulation being the main thing that holds this line back because that's how I feel. I could have spoke about having to become a chef every time you buy a figure and have to heat it up like it's food. I could have spoke about customer service. I could have spoke about the lack of variety in modes and crazy reuse just in different colors. I could have spoke about how the heads always seem kind of big in proportion, especially the females. I could have spoke about how majority of the figures in a line are supposed to hold swords and can barely do so with both hands because of the lack of articulation. Yeah, they can, but barely and not in many poses. I could have doubled down on the fact that majority of people I talk to love the animals more than the humans in the line. I could have spoke about all the QC issues with their new Cosmic Wave and then the horrible response that got taken off of the internet like it didn't exist. I could have spoke about a lot.
Oh, okay, goddamn.
But I didn't speak about none of that. All I spoke about was articulation, and that's all it took for guys like Trevor to claim all I do is hate and my entire platform is primarily built off of hate and clickbait.
What the fuck are you talking about, man?
Some people are really fucking stupid.
So Trevor, you clearly don't watch my videos, especially my videos about men's mental health and self-deletion rates amongst men, especially in this community. My channel is majority positive. Yes, I post criticisms, and I'm not just a blind follower of any line. Hence why when I give my stamp of approval or praise for a figure or a company, people take it seriously. A lot of people don't take a lot of these toy reviewers' words seriously. But I guess according to you, since I have criticisms and standards, now that makes my channel based around hate for clicks and subs.
That doesn't even make sense, really.
Like I said, this wasn't even posted in a cabal, but the cabal has tons of reasonable people in that Facebook group. All this hateful shaming didn't come from the cabal. It came from a subset Mythic Legion group, which Trevor as well as others wanted to bash me in the private shadows, thinking publicly it would never see the day of light. I'm not like you though. You can have your opinion. That's fine with me, but I'm allowed to rebuttal it or say that I think it's bullshit, which I do. Like I said, the cabal has some amazing people in it, and I'm not gonna let Trevor represent a group of people with his poor opinions and bad taste. Every Facebook group has great people in it and unreasonable, sensitive ones as well. I guess he just falls in on the side of unreasonable, sensitive ones as well. Actually, here's a photo of me and my family and our little one holding up cabal t-shirts that we got because a lot of those guys are awesome in person. This photo is public online. Like I said, I don't walk around conventions with my mask on. I just have my sweater on, so I'm not hiding from people so they see I am who I am. But yeah, I'm not hating on the cabal or Mythic Legions at all. I'm just stating my opinion, which is like some obvious ass truths when it comes to Mythic Legions and articulation. Trevor, guys like you and amongst a few others, you guys give Facebook groups a bad rap. Facebook groups that have this rep that only praise is allowed, otherwise you will be burned at the stake because of stuff like this. I cannot count the public comments on my last video of people saying they pointed stuff out in some Facebook groups and they got attacked, bashed, or in some cases blocked for having criticisms or a difference of opinion about the line of figures that clearly they collect, like, or have. I'm a fan of Mythic Legions and I still am, and I urge most people to not think most fans of Legions are this blind and ignorant and closed off to criticisms and critiques. Nah, I go to Legions Con and I'll still be there, and most Legion fans I know, they're not this sensitive or butthurt over obvious truths like the line slacks in articulation. This is why Facebook groups have a bad rep once again, and it sucks that some people like this ruin it for others. Trevor, you could have easily commented publicly on a video you obviously watched and felt so strongly about, and we could have had a mature discussion, but instead you ran to private Facebook group echo chambers to accuse me of having a platform based on hate.
Are you delusional?
Because you are definitely not direct. Definitely not direct. See, a lot of these positive police type of guys that preach positivity in public, they really only preach positivity as long as it's aligned with their viewpoints. A lot of these guys don't even speak in the light. They whisper in the shadows of private Facebook groups, which I don't do and I never will. There's tons of people defending me in some cases in these groups and I appreciate it. But guys, I don't want anyone to try to defend me and debate with anyone verbally on my behalf. It's not even even worth it. Trevor and people like this, a lot of the times they can't be reasoned with, and it doesn't matter how nicely you word something if it's something someone doesn't want to hear. And whatever you say to defend it will just possibly get you blocked or kicked from the group or just shunned in some type of way. And I don't want that for anyone trying to defend me and my opinions and my views, and an obvious truth like the line slacks in articulation. Like I said, every Facebook group, including the cabal, has reasonable people and very sensitive man children as well. I just think it's strange when the official product photographer is out here speaking like this, like he's just any other Joe. No, you actually work for the company. Represent yourself better. William Drew, aka Dorklayer, I like your channel. I'm a subscriber. I like that you actually get Mythic Legion stuff early to review and your quality is good. But clearly they send it to you for mainly praise and not critiquing. I get it. I'm not hating. But I state multiple times in my video that the Valiant Knight is and was the best figure in the line as far as in terms of articulation. And hopefully they continue in that direction. But the facts are a majority of other figures don't have that range of movement. And neither do some of the releases that even came after the Valiant Knight, like this Anubis and Bastet. That is why I used them. I thought maybe it could have the same range. Clearly it doesn't. Anubis and Bastet is still beautiful. But you too, Dorklayer, could have also stated your opinion on the video that clearly you felt some type of way about, instead of posting it in private Facebook groups. I'm never worried about any company sending me free anything, and that's why I can be so blunt and honest during my reviews and my videos in general. It sucks that you think I made poor comparisons, but it's okay. Keep up the great work, Dorklayer. You have a good channel, and I'm a subscriber. And a lot of the times I watch your reviews first to see how nice the figures are, to see what I like and dislike, because you have gotten them early so many times. See, I'm not talking about Dorklayer, but a lot of these butthurt Mythic Legions fans or Mythic Legions photographers like Trevor, it seems like they may have this notion of buy it and stay quiet, or buy it, you have to absolutely like it or love it. You're not allowed to buy it and have suggestions or critiques. Don't buy it and want it to be better. Just buy it and be completely happy with it as it is. Case closed. Well, that's not how we do things over here, nor how I think things should be done in general. Over here, we speak out publicly about our feelings, not just in the shadows of private Facebook groups. If I say it in private, I also say it in public.
To this day!
Which is something a lot of you guys cannot relate to. Trevor, aka 1/6 Shooter, you're the Mythic Legion's professional photographer. I get going hard for the company that you're employed by, but damn. What I mainly said in short was articulation could have been better, and in my opinion, it should be in 2024. And you really got butthurt about it. Trevor, you don't speak about me publicly on your platforms, but you got a lot to say in these private Facebook groups. But I got a lot of fans and supporters everywhere. So speak in a light and
Say it with your chest!
I don't know you personally, nor do I need to. You take great photos, hence why you're employed by Mythic Legions. But I think a lot of your statements are really unprofessional and off base, considering you're not just representing yourself, you're also representing the company that you are employed by or do work for from time to time. I don't know, independent contractor. I don't know. I don't care. But I'm not butthurt about it. I just don't agree with your viewpoints on the line or me or my platform, obviously. So I'm on here just to speak about how small-minded a lot of you guys are, and to say, dude, my platform is not run off hate or clickbait content. Actually, Trevor, the only one here who seems like they got a lot of hate in their heart is you, buddy. I really ruffled your feathers. For me to just state an obvious truth and share my opinion, it seems like you really hate anything other than praise for the line and the company you do work for. Really not a good look for someone who claims to be as professional as you do. Do better. You're not just representing yourself, you're representing the cabal, and you're representing Mythic Legions in general, the company that you work for. I'm glad I did not talk shit about Dorklayer throughout this video, because right before I started uploading this video, one of my peoples sent me this from the cabal. And shout out to Dorklayer, who says, while his argument is sometimes logically flawed and rhetorically dishonest, it's okay, he has a right to feel that way. It really just boils down to a guy sharing an opinion about articulation. He wants Legions to be more like other lines with double elbows, butterfly joints, etc. And he hopes this particular strategy will encourage that change. Not much more to it than that. Thanks. Thanks. Clearly for you it ain't that deep, and you're not as butthurt as some other people that say my entire platform is based on hate and clickbait. But yeah, I do think the strategy of calling shit out works. I think it's way better than nobody saying nothing or acting like the articulation is just fine, modern, up to date, when it is far from it. And then you got people like this. There's a ton of them, but this guy's was just pure gold. So I just wanted to laugh about it with you guys. It's my opinion that you are a moron. Mythic Legions has better sculpting and articulation than most of the figures on your shelves. Oh shit, guys, he knows my shelves. What Mythic Legions figures do you have other than the most recent FO? I'm assuming that means like figure obscura, I guess. Have you ever designed figures or created figures? Have you spoken to creators at other companies? Clearly, this guy doesn't know me or my channel or watch my stuff. Two very, very poor questions. Have I ever designed or created figures? Yeah, I'm working on some shit actually. And do I talk to creators? Yeah, weekly. And I'm not just talking about Valor, though he's included. He's a cool guy. But no, I talk to multiple creators weekly, buddy. Chill out, chill out. And I didn't know you had to create figures to have a valid opinion on them, especially if you've been a collector for years. But this is just how slow some people are out there, man. Shit is sad. Emotional ass grown men. I think this is a real big problem that we're facing in America right now. Just how many sensitive, emotional ass men there are. Like some of the ones, not Dorklair, but some of the other ones that I brought up throughout the duration of this video. But hey, all this was fun. I just wanted to clear the air. I do have a life. I need to get back to it. But now we all know, guys, my platform is primarily clickbait bullshit to stir up controversy for all of my psycho fanatic subscribers and channel members. I guess we're all just psychopaths. We all know, heard it here first, according to Trevor, aka 1/6 Shooter, the Mythic Legions photographer. Great analysis, buddy. You're really onto something there.